What's up, everybody? It's your boy Lil Silly and
Adr,
my producer, and we're making this video. I'm making this video because for the people that like my Lil Silly Music page on Facebook, and if you haven't liked it, make sure you like it because I'm gonna have another shout out video coming out, and you're doing it because
just because, you know, I like how everybody supporting our music right now. You know, I like how y'all supporting my artist Lil Silly.
Yes,
He's doing this thing.
One word, 2 words. Thank you. That's all. That's what we gotta say right now.
We about to do some names. Well, Lil Silly is.
They like my Lil Silly Music page. Shout out to Stephania, Great Gobble, Conquer Murphy. Shout out to you. Much love.
Yeah.
Wherever you are. Shout out to Ryan Gonzalez. Thank you for the support. Shout out to Mafe, Flores Larengo, John Air, Mendoza Munoz. Shout out to both of y'all. I appreciate the love. It comes from my heart. Shout out to Mohammed Prince Maki and William Vivar. Appreciate the love. Appreciate the love. Shout out to Lindsay Pinocha. Shout out to you. I like your last name. I love your last name, actually. Pinocha. I love that. Jazia Douglas. Shout out to Caitlin Nguyen. Shout out to Gabriel Priscilla. I don't know. If I'm gonna say your last, yeah, if that's your last name, if I said it wrong, I'm sorry. Don't be offended. Shout out to that girl Jenny Strickland. Much love to her. Much love to her. Shout out to William Vivar again. I don't know how you like my page twice, but thank you for the support. Shout out to Kyle Mumbles Martino. Thank you for the love. Shout out to Decia Douglas. Thank you for the love. Shout out to Mary Johnson. Thank you for the support. Shout out to Caitlin Nguyen. Thank you for the love. Shout out to Gabriel Priscilla again. Thank you. I don't know. Thank you. Shout out to Cameron Walters. Shout out to you. Having my algebra class is pretty cool. Shout out to Arufa Imalama. Shout out to you. Shout out to that girl Trizzy Cole, also known as Tuesday. Shout out to you. Shout out to Adr0-Shout. Y'all go check out his freestyle videos. It's pretty good. Shout out to that girl Rama Abdul. She's like one fine Indian girl. Shout out to Chimobi Akabundu. Shout out to you. Much love, my sugar girl homeboys. Shout out to that girl Kayla Shakur.
What happened with her?
No comment. Shout out to Akoji Yakubu, Jaden Halliwell, Luis Perez. Luis, shout out to you. Much love, my Four Corners people. Much love. Shout out to Sad Reyes. Shout out to another sugar girl fan, Chibuzo. I call him Kid Cudi because he's always playing Kid Cudi in his iPod. If you look at his iPod, he has like nothing but Kid Cudi songs. Shout out to you. Shout out to Brianna Sleepy Nicole. Shout out to Jessica Nicole Munoz. Shout out to Brittany Zuniga. Holla at your boy. You look beautiful. Fine. Shout out to my boy Marco Ortiz. He's good at playing basketball. Any of y'all basketball teams trying to get somebody, holla at him. Shout out to Anthony Tuwagabade. Shout out to you. Shout out to that girl named None Other. I don't know if that's a real name, but it's the name on here. Shout out to Karen Sarah Guevara. Shout out to Cynthia Lopez. Shout out to Brittany Orda. Shout out to Isabella Flores. We appreciate the love. Thank you for the love. Thank you for the support. Shout out to DeMarco Pearson. Go check him out on YouTube also. MGM Entertainment. Shout out to y'all. Shout out to the guy that cut my hair for 1 minute verse. Down below. Too much love. Shout out to my homeboy Shauna Bang. He rapped, but it seems like he stopped. But keep going, son. Follow your dreams. Shout out to Nicole Cincineros. Shout out to you. Much love. Shout out to Andy Tran and my B-boy homeboy Chinny Lin. Shout out to my cousin Jonathan Cordon. Shout out to my nigga Abraham. Shout out to you. Shout out to Brian Villalobos, my Four Corner homeboy. Shout out to you. The block, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to Shakira Harris. Shout out to my homeboy Apollo Landaverde. I haven't seen you in a while, so if you've seen this, come to my house. Let's hang out for a while. No homo. Shout out to Voke Ogbojo. Shout out to Mario Flores, DJ Flores. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to that girl Alexis Martinez. Shout out to you. Shout out to Kavi Terry. He's in Guided Maze. Shout out to my little brother. Shout out to Maya Ann Washington. Shout out to Bianca Danae Portery. Much love for y'all. Shout out to Priscilla De La Rosa. Much love for y'all. You and your mom have been supporting me for a long time, and I really want to thank y'all for that. Shout out to Tarek Abdo. That kid is funny. If I had a bad day, he just says a joke and it makes me laugh. But I'll probably don't have a bad day because I'm a little silly. I'm always smiling.
Yep.
Shout out. Now this one, she means a lot to me. She's like a sister to me. She goes by the name of Joannie. On here it's Joannie Marley, but her real name is, I'm not going to say it because maybe she don't want me to put it out. But shout out to you. Much love. Much love. Shout out to my brother from .WC. Shout out to Ezio Orozco. Just call him Ezio. Shout out to Amanda Slater. Shout out to my big sister Gabby Salas. He told me the best words I need to know. Thank you. And I love you. Shout out to Victor Ortiz. Shout out to my boy Big Papa Smurf. Shout out to him. Shout out to my homeboy that me and him go way back. That's homeboys, Chike, X-Men. Shout out to Ruben Zamante, Rahil. Rahil always told me just keep your head up and keep doing your thing. So that's what I'm gonna do. Shout out to Maryville Loves You. Shout out to you, we love you. Shout out to Dylan Wright. Shout out to my cousin. Much love for you, cousin. Shout out to Natalie Cox. Shout out to you, Natalie Cox. Thank you for the support. Shout out to Aaliyah Sherrod. Much love for you. Shout out to Helen Abekes. Shout out to Nakeem Moment. Shout out to Wesley. Shout out to Wesley Alexander. That's my homeboy from the block too. Shout out to Emerald Candia. Shout out to you. We go way back. Shout out to Courtney Tyree. You look beautiful. Holla at us. Shout out to God Made Music page and my group. His group. I mean the group that's helping me out and chase my career. I really appreciate the love. And after this we're gonna go to the shout out to brother cut my hair, so big shout out to him. Shout out to Mohammed El Basi. Shout out to Sarah Hernandez. Much love for you. Shout out to Lucero Vilches. She's been supporting me since day one, and I don't think she'll ever stop. Thank you for the love. Shout out to Cameron Humble. Shout out to Kimberly Pam. Shout out to my cousin Tito Flores. Shout out to you. Shout out to Mallory Moody. Much love for you. Shout out to Diamond True Blue. Diamond True Blue. Shout out to Brady Nick. Much love for you. Shout out to my homeboy Joseph Curzales. Much love, much love. Shout out to Jasmine Burden. Shout out to Julia Luna. Shout out to Rick Ross. No, I'm playing. It's Larry. Shout out to Jose Omada. Shout out to Sean Beloach. His brother cuts my hair. They're all
Everybody cuts your hair.
Nah, his brother is like, they're like brothers and sisters.
Oh, okay.
So they're brothers, so shout out to all of them. Shout out to Joshua Ude. Shout out to my cousin Marley Mendez. Shout out to Safi Kudusi. Shout out to that girl Molly Brazel. Shout out to Wisdom Joy. Wisdom, you can sing. Keep going. I might need you in the song, so be on the lookout. Shout out to Natalie Scipio. Shout out to you. You've been supporting me too. Shout out to Miguel Solis. Shout out to
Kaka. That's his nickname. There's a background story for that.
Yeah, shout out to you, Miguel Solis. Taylor gang, you know what I'm saying? He represents Taylor with me. Shout out to that wonderful and beautiful girl, Sarah Solis. Shout out.
Took them over and
shout out to Bianca Perez. Shout out to EJ Anthony. Shout out to my producer Adrian. Shout out to that dude Wajid Hakan. That's my candy selling man. Sometimes he gives me loans and just gives me candy, but I gotta pay you back. So remind me. I owe you like $1.
Nigga talk.
Yeah. He's good at soccer too. So if any of y'all soccer teams looking for somebody, call him. Shout out to Kayla Reese. Shout out to Kevin. Shout out to that wonderful, beautiful girl Bianca Sanchez. She's very cool. Shout out to Larry Omedia. He's fly. He's a very fly guy. Shout out to my homeboy Romario Rivas. Shout out to you. You got good music. I seen your music.
Yep.
Shout out to my white homeboy. He stands out. You can say he's kind of like Eminem. Shout out to Tyler Hill. That dude. Shout out to you. Much love for you. And we just want to make a shout out to the whole God Made team, the whole .WC team. We want to thank you for supporting us and developing a good team with us. And
collab.
he has some people to shout out.
Alright. I'm about to shout out whoever support our music. Some of y'all man haven't seen this, but y'all do support our music and I appreciate that. I'm gonna start out with Taylor.
Gang, bang. Nah, I'm playing. Shout out to Taylor McGillum.
Once again, DJ Flores. Shout
Mario
out to you.
Flores.
And Ling, what's his name?
Shout out to Ling Yu.
Yeah, Ling Yu. I can't pronounce your name, but yeah, you support my music a lot. Alright, shout out to my babe, Te Quiero, and Vanessa Garcia. Shout out to you. Leslie
Balderas.
Yes.
Shout out to you. And holla at me.
Emily Espinosa Baker, shout out to you. And my nigga, Mammal Perez.
Much love. Shout out to ETT too.
Yep, you've been supporting our music. Been supporting nigga right there.
Much love. So, like I said, 2 words, we just got to say thank you. And we appreciate the love, and we appreciate everything that you do for us, and we promise that we won't forget any of you. And yeah, and don't forget, I got a new song called Hey Lil Mama, and I'm featuring it's me, LSB, featuring Cricket A.
That's the shit right there.
And
It's gonna be a hit.
go check it out, females, because I promise you're going to like it. And guys, if you love females, you go check it out too, because I promise y'all can relate to it.
Give them a little preview how it sounds.
It goes, hey lil mama, I couldn't help to notice the way you dancing for me. So baby, what's your name? I see you drinking, I see you looking at me. So baby, let us happen. Let's take this to my crib. You know what I'm saying? So that's just a little preview. And let us know what y'all think. And you know we do it big. So you know we got that grand hustle, that big hustle, we muscle. I'm skinny as fuck, but this nigga got that big muscle. But shout out to everybody that's supporting us once again, and we love y'all.
Yeah.
Peace.